Hello everybody, I'm RuudDevil. No, I'm not back. This is just a random one-off video that I'll be making every so often. Not necessarily about Lord of the Rings, but today we are looking at Age of the Ring 2.0. With this update, we saw the release of Lothlorien, because apparently someone over there thought it was wise to release the elves before the dwarves. We'll get into that later, but for now, I guess we'll just check out the pointy ears. Here we go. And away we go. Now, before we actually get going, I've had Mario Kart 64 themes playing through my head all day for some reason, so if I randomly start saying some weird tune, just roll with it or ignore it. So, here we go. This is Lothlorien, the Golden Woods. And, yeah, their fortress has got, either it's very happy to see me, or they like trees. Let's go with the latter. But no, seriously, it's actually really well designed. It's got the lanterns, and it's got the golden leaves, or the melon trees. That sounded really weird. But yeah, it's got the golden leaves of the malon trees, which, fun fact, all wilted and died when Galadriel left Middle-earth. She don't give a fuck. She's just, you know what, I'm taking the trees with me. The trees are like the kids, I'm guessing. She just takes it with me. So, I might sound a little bit different because my mic's in a different place. It's no longer like in front of my keyboard, it's behind my keyboard. And that's because, it's literally, no joke, as soon as I declared that I retired from YouTube, my mic broke. It just broke. Or rather, the socket that the cable goes into broke. So I'm using a substitute cable, which is shorter, and thus has to be, like, closer to my computer, if you know what I mean. And it has a tendency to wobble and disconnect, and fun fact, I've already recorded this, and found out 8 minutes in it stopped recording my voice. So, I'm keeping my fucking ever-present eye, like the Eye of Sauron, on my mic to make sure that it won't DC, and if it does, I'll just have to quickly alt-tab. So, anyway, what we're making here, that is a really cool build animation. Look how it just spins around, twists and turns. I love that. So we're making the barracks here. So anyway, there's a lot to get through. I think we'll go through the spellbook first. So, the elves do not get a heal in their tier 1. Thankfully, that's somewhat remedied by the fact that a lot of their heroes can heal. And we'll get through that later. So, they get their Elven Horn, which is just your typical Elven Horn. They get to, you can go no further, because apparently you needed a power quoted by Haldan. I love you for it. But you can stun a small area. I would recommend using this against factions that don't spam, because it is a small area, so you want to just sort of stun their stronger units so that you can take them down easier. Also, this is good, I guess, for stunning like a group of archers, and then you can easily trample them. But personally, I like to go with Lothlorien because this is a tier 1 arrow volley, and from here you get Elven Wood, which is amazing, but also you get Radagast, which a very great wizard. He's amazing in this game. He's got amazing support powers. We'll get to that later. But also on the same path, you get Cast Down Its Walls, which is a tier 3 earthquake, so that's amazing. And then you have the Ring of Adamant as well, which allows you to just make your... It's sort of like the boat from the Edain mod, except it's a little... It's a little bit more balanced. You get 300% armor, you get fear resistance, and you slowly heal. And it also allows your structures to repair over time. So it's a really good army buff, and it's a large area away. So everything in this right-hand side is substantially better than everything on this left-hand side. So I like to go with this. Maybe they'll change that up just to balance it out. So yeah, as I said, you get Elven Wood. We get the Summon Sylvan Allies, which allows you to summon 3 Mirkwood Archers. They get stealth, they're pretty powerful, as you know. And then we also get the Amaranth Knights, which unlocks your... I mean, I guess they're Elite Cavalry. They cost the same as the Dol Knights. And they look pretty cool, but I would say the Dol Knights, just from what I've played, are stronger than these ones. But they're still pretty good. You also get the Eagles, which is useful for, I guess, insta-killing siege, and for taking down the attachments on your fortress, but if you're purely using them to attack the enemy base, Cast Down Its Walls is by far the superior version. You also get Cloudbreak, or sorry, the Blessing of Manwë, which, you know what, they changed the names, it's fine. And then you also get the Mists of Lothlorien, which slows down the enemy and also allows them to take damage, and essentially is just a massive debuff. They are pretty good tier 4 powers, it's just, in my opinion, and you'll see when I use them, that they're a little... I don't know, just a little uninspired in their execution, because one's just a giant miss, and the other just, you know, decorates the ground in golden leaves. So, I mean, it's more about the utility, I know, but I like things to look nice as well. But also nullifies enemy leadership as well, which is pretty useful. But yeah, as I said, we're going to go down the right-hand path. We'll get some of the other powers as well. But yeah, just my recommendation, Ruud's own recommendation, is this right-hand side. So yeah, we're just going to make our barracks. And I've played Age of the Ring 2.0 a couple times, but not nearly as much as I used to for obvious reasons. But yeah, no, they're a pretty good faction. They nailed the theme of Lothlorien perfectly, and you'll see just what I mean by that when we make Galadriel. So to start off, they can make the Lothlorien Wardens, which are 400, which seems like a lot for basic infantry. But actually, they're sort of swordsmen and pikes into one. They're strong against pike and cavalry, and I guess you pay a premium for the versatility you get there. I'm ready. We get our flat towers, which can obviously be garrisoned. They get the arrow upgrade, and like in typical Age of the Ring fashion, you can see when you garrison, which is kind of cool. So let's have a look at our heroes. We have Rimmel and Orifin. Dread I say it, they're actually pretty decent in this game. We'll get them later. We have Idriel, Galadriel's most trusted handmaiden. She's from the Third Age game, apparently. I never played that, but that's where she's from, so fans of that game will like to see her here. Idriel was also a custom hero in the, or rather a pre-made hero in the vanilla Bithme. I know she was always there in the 360 version. I can't remember. She's probably there in the PC version. And we also have the one true Chin, the captain of the March Wardens himself. He's actually got some game in this one too, for some unknown reason. Alright, we are going to make the statue of Amroth Amdirian. I'm not really that knowledgeable about the elves, but it had Amdir in his name. So I don't know if that's referring to... Oh wait, Amdirian. Doesn't that mean son of Amdir? I'm pretty sure Amdir was the High King of Lorien during the War of the Last Alliance, who marched ahead of Gil-galad and just got completely wrecked alongside the King of Mirkwood. I could be wrong about that, but the name does sound familiar. Anyway, we're going to make our green pasture. One thing you'll notice is that they absolutely nailed the aesthetic. You have the golden leaves around here, and the golden leaves up here as well, and everything's just so beautifully designed. Even the rooftops, I mean, who's going to zoom in on that? I guess people who really like things look nice, and you've got everything so, I guess, consistent. The color scheme's always consistent, so it's, nothing's really, like, no shortcuts have been made here. Everything looks the way Lothlorien should look, which is nice. Anyway, the one true Chin is here, the mighty Haldir. Now, from what I've seen when I looked at this last time, is that his scarf gets in the way of his double chin. Hold on, this is important stuff. They've got the hair braids, which is nice. They gave him a long chin, not necessarily a double chin. I'm sure they resisted every urge to do that. But at least in this picture here, I mean, there's his chin, and then that little extra layer of fat there, that is his... That was his double chin, and it's glorious. This just still makes me laugh that he referred to himself as the Fat Elf. You look at Craig Parker now, he's one hunky dude. But back then, he was a bit chubby. Well, there's anything wrong with being chubby, it's just, he was one. So, as I said, Haldir's got some game. He gives damage and experience to his brothers. I mean, how depressing is that when Haldir is the breadwinner of the family? But actually, no, his brothers can buff Haldir as well, so there's added incentive to get him. So obviously he can toggle his weapon. This is one of two new abilities which just makes him super good. March Warden of Lothlorien allows him to teleport your army from one position to another. That's incredibly useful. It does have the unfortunate downside of lagging your game horrendously when you do it. But yeah, it does allow you to just teleport your army into a situation. You can combo that with Galadriel's far side. Or indeed, teleport them out if you don't want them to die if they've been ambushed or whatever. Which is pretty cool. It doesn't teleport Haldir himself, so he will be left alone every time you do that. A small sacrifice, I would say. Uh-oh, what the hell? Who's attacking me? These guys are on hard, right? Alright. But yeah, it will teleport other heroes, but it won't teleport Haldir himself. Then he gets his leadership, which is obvious what it does. But also, he gets a 50% armor increase because he dons his own armor as well, which is really useful. And then at level 10, the creme de la creme with the greatest portrait for a power ever, because it's literally him shouting, Nanbarad! It is Last Stand. He regains half his health, gets a damage boost, but loses half his armor. Which is a really cool move, because you can just teleport everyone out, and then you can finally play out your Last Stand Haldir fantasy. Be like, come on, man, come on! And just, I don't know, try and kill someone before you meet your end. So, we are being attacked. That announcer, it's sort of grown on me, but the first time I heard it, I wasn't actually that sold on it. I don't think it's the voice, like his voice, that's wrong. I think it's the echo effect they put on. It's not that good. I feel like I know what they're getting for. They're trying to make the elves seem like wise and cool and all that. But I don't know. I think you might need to turn down the echo effect because it doesn't sound that good. Anyway, so these are the Wardens. As I said, they're your anti-cav, anti-pike infantry. And they've got their little square formation, which they can't move. Are you building a tower? This is my game, you assholes. What the fuck? Go back to the pits that spawned you. Wow, we're wrecking Mordor. But yeah, as I said, they get a little box formation. They can't move. But they can they do get an armor boost. One thing I will say, if I was to recommend something, and they probably won't do it. So here we are. You put them in their little box. They actually look really cool, except for this guy here. He looks so squished. Where is his pike? His pike is sticking through this guy's chest. He's like, oh, what the fuck? I was trying to do something, you bastards! But yeah, just in that box formation, I guess... Oh, they shift out of that formation... Sorry, their square formation. Keep going on box. They shift out of that formation when they get hit. I guess that's pretty good. But that was the first thing I noticed. I love how squished he looked when he was in there. Like, guys, I'm sort of wedged in here. Can you move? No, it's fine. But if I was to recommend something, it was that... You're shitting me, Haldir. They're... Oh, wait, they're... Those are the guys that... Did they summon... Did they summon Denethor? That is Denethor. No wonder he was dying. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And now he's dead now. Okay, let's back to base. But yeah, one thing I would recommend is that it was... If I could finish that sentence without being interrupted, that would be fucking great! Okay. Here. This is their porcupine slash boxer square. What I would think would be really cool is if they actually formed like a circle, like a hollowed out circle, and therefore you could actually fill it with your archers and have a really cool defense. I don't know how difficult that would be to implement, but that would be, I don't know, something really, really cool that I like to see. I think Gondor wants a piece of me, and Gondor has a tendency, like Isengard in this game, to make siege, which scares me a little bit. So we also get the Lothlorien archers. They're wearing their hooded cloaks, allows them to stealth in trees, so you can lay out ambush. Oh no, those are the March ones. We're looking at the wrong one. There they go. They can still cloak, and they get their elven cloaks as well. Look at that banner! Turquoise no jutsu, I like it. One of the new units you get is from the Green Pasture. It is the Scouts of Nimrodel. And they're not actually that strong, but again, you pay for the versatility and for your ability to harass. So, they have to be level 2, but banner carriers are really cheap in this. They get, it's only 100 to upgrade them. But they can switch between their swords and their bows. And obviously they can trample when they got their bows equipped. But they're actually pretty useful, pretty nimble scout, cavalry. And you can kite the enemy pretty well with your bows and just harass. And I guess when you upgrade them and switch to your swords, then you can hit resource buildings pretty well as well. So we're going to build our Golden Wood Storehouse, so we can get our upgrades. And also, we can upgrade our Malon Trees with Blessed Waters. They cost 500, but essentially allows you, or rather it makes your Malon Trees act as wells and allows you to replenish your troops, which is really useful. Okay, we purchased the banners, because apparently in Age of the Ring the banners reduce the cost of your heroes as well. I don't think they ever used to do that in the vanilla game. So, since the Malon Tree is going to be upgraded to perform the task of wells, what exactly does the Mirror of Galadriel do, I hear ask? Well, you can only get one, and it costs 1,500, and you don't want to lose it, so we're actually going to put it at the back. Actually, I'm going to regret it, I'm going to put it at the front. Essentially, this enables you to get a series of really useful upgrades, economic and military upgrades, that we'll go through once we build it. So there we go. So if you ever see a Malon Tree with this, know that if you destroy it, you'll be doing a double whammy on your opponent, because that's 500 down the drain. But it's nicely decorated with these lily pads. And a nice little water animation. I don't know who fucking did that. Why they put so much attention to detail in their mods, but holy god. That's really crazy. Age of the Ring, the one mod where you zoom in and give a shit. Anyway, we did make some advanced infantry. which I sort of skimmed over because I was talking about something else. But we get the March Wardens, which hopefully there are some still alive. Yeah, March Wardens. They're like your late game swordsmen slash archers because they can switch between the two. We've defeated the enemy. Okay, I'm guessing that's goblins that got taken out. Goblins, apparently they lose to Gondor. That's a bit alarming. This was a free-for-all on Buckland, but now it's sort of not. But okay. But yeah, anyway, your March Wardens, they're pretty versatile, since they're archers and swordsmen. And then you also get your late-game pike units, which they've got their typical phalanx formation, where they're never going to lose to Cav. They just insta-kill them immediately, and they get a lovely... they get an armor bonus to everything, but they get an even more... They get even more armor when resisting Cav, which is pretty good. So Haldir now has his Galadriel armor, so everyone's got a lovely leadership. And he also gets a lovely aesthetic upgrade, which is the same with all your infantry in the Age of the Ring mod. When you get your heavy armor, the Galadriel will look like Galadriel and not just rogue weirdos. Alright, we've got more than 10 points. Radagast the Brown. Alright, we're gonna switch, or rather, we're gonna select our Cav and get the outpost. What are these pikes actually called? Go back to the barracks. The Sentinels of Kedin Amroth. I'm sure those that are well versed in Elven lore will tell me what that is. I'm just gonna say it sounds sexy. Alright, we're gonna use Radagast here. So I really like Radagast in this. For one thing, he gets a green Wizard Blast, which looks fucking beautiful. More of that green light. I love the way that looks. But he's also a great support hero. He can summon a Watchful Eye. You can't move them, but they sort of act like sentinels in the sense that they reveal an area. He also gives everyone experience and attack. He allows people to heal over time, and then he can mount. So he's... I'll draw them off. But no, he's actually not... I'm not just saying that. He's actually got a really good support palette. Because he's able to heal your troops and give them a nice attack buff. And they summoned Denethor again! There is no way that's back! We'll go with the Malon Bows, why not? Alright, we're gonna get the Lady of Light herself. Sailor Moon herself! Did not say that. Galadriel, there we go. Banner carriers. Oh, giggity.
Take up arms! The enemy attacks!
So he's definitely got the voice down. Like, people were complaining about the voice itself. No, he sounds elven. Like, that's how an elf would sound. I think it's just the echoey thing. I think it's just too much. That's just all I would say about it. Alright, we're gonna see that green Wizard Blast one last time. Come on now. Come on! Where the hell is that powered... Oh! You destroyed a Hobbit house! That's the opposite of what you do! You punk bastard! That is the opposite of what you do! I'm just gonna stare at this tower. No. Anyway, we do get heroic infantry, the Nandor Here Hathol. Again, I don't know what that means, but it sounds sexy. And then also we get the Amroth Andirian Knights as well. So, this is the Mirror of Galadriel. Things that will be. These gives us a permanent increase to our resources from Malantries. Things that are... I mean, these names are just great. They're just quotes. They reference the book so well. But things that are essentially Call the Horde for everything you make at the barracks, which is really useful. Although they are expensive. They've got the ring. Fuck, I'll let them get it. Chance for us to kill Frodo. But this is good if you're in a pinch and you've got the disposable income. And then things that were. Decreases the cost of your elite infantry, essentially. Your heroic infantry and your super cav. That decreases it permanently, so we'll go for that as well. Theoden's here! That's another power. I'm calling it right now. 19 minutes, 22 seconds. I called it. I fucking called it. They're gonna make Army of the Dead, and I'm just gonna shit my pants. Here she is. Every scene with Galadriel I love. Cate Blanchett just so well. I remember in one of the appendices, she's like, I just wanted to play an elf because I like the pointy ears. Which gave you an impression that she's not really that into it. But she doesn't let that knock her professionalism as an actress. Like, she's just amazing as Galadriel. I have nothing greater to give than the gift you already bear. Here you go, Sam. Here's some rope to hang yourself. Anyway, moving on to other people. What does she give Boromir? I can't remember, actually. I never actually remember what she gives Boromir. She gives Gimli a look of her hair.
His war on his country.
She gives Frodo the light of Eärendil on his beloved star. Fun fact, Eärendil is my favourite elf, although technically he's only half elven. But he defeated Caliban, therefore he's worthy of anyone's respect. Alright. We'll get Caliban afterwards, and then we'll try and get the other heroes. Our eco's slowing down a little bit, which is strange because we haven't even bought our upgrades yet. The Mirror of Galadriel shows many things. Alright, so let's just have a nice formation here we can really admire our units. I think you'll all acknowledge that everything's well designed. Everything is appropriately elven. They're not stupid over the top just for the sake of being over the top. They look the way elves are supposed to look. And as I say, I want to actually look at stuff and be attacked by Mordor. Now, in the one dev stream that I watched of this, Dunedain said that Galadriel was OP. I'm not sure if she's still OP, but her basic attacks are pretty much the ring form and other versions. Because of course she's not a ring hero in this. So she's got a pretty good, or rather a pretty mean basic attack. Level 1, she can reveal stealth. I'm guessing that's where the goblins were. She gets an amazing leadership where nearby heroes gain experience and also reduces their recharge timers. And then obviously nearby heroes get debuffed as well. I think is a common theme with Age of the Ring, and maybe they do that a little bit too much. We're gonna make Caliban. Yeah. I think they just do it a little bit too much, is that when maybe they just like it a lot, or maybe they just, when they can't think of something, they're like, fuck it, we'll just throw in a debuff. Because it seems that, even with the spellbooks, everything is debuff and buff. There's so many stacks of leadership and all that to just go on. I don't know, maybe it's a bit too much. There's at least like 3 or 4 instances in the elves alone that get fear resistance, and it's like, okay, I think that's maybe enough. Alright, we're gonna put an archer in that tower since it's our most advanced tower. Alright. Cast down its walls. I love the names for all these things. I'm sure that was probably their most fun thing. The one thing that's not tedious is getting to name the spellbook powers. Are you gonna go in there? Hey, that looked pretty cool. Okay, I think Gondor will be more annoying in the long run, so we should probably take them out first. Anyway, back to Galadriel. Bearer of Nenya. She passively grants 150% armor to friendly structures. So again, she's the protector of Lothlorien. Lothlorien would have fallen easily without Galadriel there. She's the one who preserves it with her Ring of Power. And that's why it's linked to her Nenya ability. But yeah, passively she buffs your structures. But if you activate it in a small area, you can make a building immune, but it cannot produce. So that can be used offensively and defensively. The Galadriel will endure. And this is Celeborn in his fancy robe. His nose looks a bit big, if I'm being honest. But at least he looks pretty sleek in his royal robes. I like to think those are royal robes, otherwise he's just some guy in pajamas. Then she gets the Light of Valinor, where she becomes invulnerable for a short time. Fucking hell, they're making battering rams. We're going to take down Mordor. But also, enemies become fearful of her and just run away. Attack! And then at level 10 she becomes the Storm Queen, where she gets an all-around stat boost. And her attacks become AoE, and she does even more siege damage. Just in case you didn't think she did enough siege damage. Light of Valinor! There we go. So now she's invulnerable for a little bit. Which is really good, because it means you can go in deep with her, and then you can just activate that and just bail out. Okay, we're gonna get some upgrades. We're gonna make our heroes Rumel Orifin. We are being attacked. But yeah, I think the Mirror of Galadriel, it costs a lot. It costs 1,500. So you don't want to lose it. You want to put it at the back of your base. You don't have to re-research your upgrades, but it's still a lot of money to put in.
I know what it is you saw.
That's an enemy fortress.
And Bedink. I like how Aravel is tier 1. It's fun.
Borders have been violated.
And someone's violating our borders. So yeah, we essentially have a tier 3 earthquake, and to balance that, it's quite a small AoE, probably about a third of the size of a regular earthquake. But do not let that knock your confidence. It's actually pretty damn powerful. It's enough to destroy... what are you doing, Radagast? Just do your Wizard Blast. It's enough to destroy fortress attachments. Let's see if it's enough to destroy your barracks. Oh my god, it's broken. Tier 3 earthquake for the win. Dude, that was legit. That was fucking legit. Who did that? Who did the voice? Inethrin Orphin. That, I thought that was an elf. That was a fucking elf just then. That was... I'm just gonna keep saying legit. That was amazing voice acting. I like that. Anyway, Celeborn. The Lord of the Galadriel. All nearby friendly units gain 100% fear resistance, surprise, and speed. He sort of needs the speed because Celeborn moves like the wind in this one. He's not as fast as Haldir, but he's still pretty damn fast. He also allows you to heal nearby friendly units, so he's great for that. He can make himself invulnerable as well, gets his armor, and then at level 7, he gets units gain experience. People might be annoyed that his last ability is at level 7, but if you think they can heal everyone around him, and also... Hey, that didn't work! Oh, it worked on the horses. See, it makes your elves fear resistant, but not the horses. Damn it, loopholes! But if you think that you can heal everyone around you, plus make himself invulnerable, I think it's fine. He doesn't have a level 10. Anyway, Haldir! Haldir, it's time for your last stand, and it's gonna be amazing. I do hope it's Nanbarad as the soundbite. I've never actually used it. Alright, Q, control route 1. Haldir, control route 2. 1 goes back here. Alright, Haldir, this is your test. Ready? Oh my god, he's glowing! Yeah! Dude, he looks amazing! Look at him go to town on that... Oh, what the hell?! Okay. Oh! What am I looking at? Why? This is meant to be a joke. What? The Moranon and Barad-dûr were destroyed by some little gimp with blonde hair. No, that wasn't meant to happen. He loses half his health. He loses half his health. What? This is supposed to be last stand and he solos a fortress? That isn't meant to happen. He was supposed to die. Why? Why can't he just be shit for once? In every iteration of every mod, he's slowly gotten more powerful, and the ability's done and he's still cleaning house. Oh man. That wasn't... Why am I disappointed? My hero won. This makes no sense. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna upgrade this, go with that. A drill. So yeah, Rumel and Orphan. They actually have really good abilities. They're not some stupid combo abilities, but you have to use them both at the same time to get the best out of them in the middle of a team fight, which no one will ever fucking do. Is it Orphan with the bow? No, Rumel is ranged. That's how I remember it. Rumel is ranged. So Rumel has an ability that syncs with archers, and Orphan has an ability that syncs with close quarter infantry, so that's good. Orphan gives you knockback resistance and armor. Rumel gives you rate of fire upgrade for your archers, and also improved vision. Malon Shaft, oh giggity, it's sort of like the wounding arrow for Faramir. And you get Sylvan Rage, where he gets... Oh, that's like Blade Master! Yeah, they actually have some game, as I said. There, the ring. Yeah, so they have some game, which is, I won't say nice to see, it's just, it's there. Actually, no, it is nice to see. I'm actually glad that Rumel and Orphan are pretty powerful. What's nice is because they buff each other, the brothers Haldir, you get this really lovely icon above their head, which is really cool. Age of the Ring is full of things like that. If you look at Celeborn as well. I don't know who designed this, how you even go about designing this, what is even the first step, but the fact that it's there and it's animated and it's like something out of Warcraft. No, if you're watching this, Dune 9 Rider, know that I appreciate the effort that goes into doing shit like that. Because it's weird things like that that always stand out for me in video games. A game could be the worst thing, but if it's got little things like that, then I like it for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, so we've upgraded that. The storehouse is actually really nice. Look at that. When you upgrade it, it's got barrels.
The fortress has
Oh
been
my god,
expanded.
it's like
They are
they...
attacking. We
See,
have
this
to
is
lift the
weird.
blade.
This is like a vendor at... This is like a weapons Who is down there? How the... Fuck it, this is it, this is it. Numbered! He gets all of his health back! Who wants some? Yes! Oh, oh he's so powerful!
The heavy Galadriel is prepared. Hold your...
I want an animation where Vigo shows up, grabs his body, and runs. Can we just have that? But anyway, as I was saying, we're gonna just revive him real quick. But yeah, this sort of looks like what a weapons vendor in Lord of the Rings Online should look like, except that game looks like trash. And my point is, how does a game not... How does a game like Lord of the Rings Online look worse than what modders create? I mean, look at it. It's got like a weapons rack, and it's got like all of their inventory laid out. Oh, it's so cool. Like, well done on designing these buildings. Like, the creativity that goes into it as well. Anyway, here is Idriel from the Third Age game. Her first move is essentially Glowing Slam, but there's like a water effect on it, which is kind of weird. She can also heal and make people fear immune.
Much that once was
Okay, I thought we were under attack.
is lost.
Yeah, she can make people heal and immune to fear. She can debuff the enemies, and, well, summons a golden tree that makes you stealth. And then Haste of the Elder level 10, all of her abilities recharge faster. We're going to upgrade this and get our elite dude out. We're going to go with this, Eorendil's Guidance, which essentially gives us a Vision of the Planter ability where we can see across the entire map. And the rest of the upgrades are pretty much the same. You have the Elven Note, the Mist, the thing that lets you revive your heroes faster, and then the March Warden defense. Alright, we got a lot of money, so upgrade. You get the armor. I want to upgrade our Wardens, so you can see just the difference here.
War on this country will come swiftly.
Melon Shaft. I guess we could use that. It causes the target unit to flee, so I guess it's useful against monsters, but I guess you could use it on heroes as well.
And the gift you already bear.
Bows ready. We must defend these
Our final upgrade are the Malon longbows. And it doesn't have the same animation as the Silver Thorns,
Once was.
which upsets me because I really love the Silver Thorns.
The garrison has been expanded.
Oh well.
Before this battle is
And Haldir's back, level 10.
must bring justice to the enemy. I will guard our people.
Does Aravol... Oh god. No, Builder! Builder, run! Run, you crazy freak!
Must look elsewhere.
The enemy is attacking us.
I think he got out. And that Aravol did pretty good damage to Cav. Like, notably, it never does damage to Cav, that move.
Fair sight indeed. I shall lead
Alright,
you
so now the Galadriel have their armor. So here they are. This is how you should all recognize them. Super beautiful, and look at the detail on that. They glisten and shimmer and shine with elven majesty. It's beautiful. Ready your mounts. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway,
Settle.
tempered blades.
I sense a dark
We've got our upgrades. They do not. They should be quite easy for us. But yeah, I think in the early game, elven players might suffer just because Wardens cost 400, but definitely in the late game, I mean, just because they can handle pikes and cav just as well. I mean, that sort of utility,
We must keep our
I think,
borders
is
safe.
really going to go a long way. So, the Ring of Adamant. Heal our army, make us near invulnerable.
Been expanded.
I like it all around. Oh yeah, there's our heroic statue. I think that's Ryder that designs that. I remember in the Biff Me 2 HD edition, they remade the Dwarven heroic statue as Thorin. And it was just amazing. So this is what... Man, Gondor hasn't got much. Gondor managed to kill goblins, so...
Shall lead you well.
Come on. Adriel's level 5 already.
Tell me where is Gan?
For I much desire to speak with him.
We must keep our
Be honest, how
borders
much fun was it saying that? Alright, I'll try and get enough power points to get the Knights of Untitled. We'll just make these guys. These guys were originally 2200, now they're only 1760 because of the mirror. So that's pretty useful. So overall, what do you guys think? I am always constantly, or rather pleasantly surprised by just how beautiful and how well designed and how creative everything that the Age of the Ring does. You can see why it takes a long time for them to update. They're probably perfectionists. But look at that, even from the rear side. The golden leaves engraved into the roof. The light shining down. Is that from our... Oh, those are the banners. Man, you've really outdone yourselves with the design. From a design perspective, you've done very well. Anyway, here is our elite heroic infantry with their green robes, fully upgraded. And they can switch to their axes, which do more damage versus building, monster, and siege machine. Those are some amazing axes. We'll keep them on their swords for now. Anyway, for Lothlorien, the Blade Master's temporarily become immune to damage and is resistant to knockback. That's at 4. Treasures of Assyrian. Grants Forged Blades, Heavy Armor, and Malon Trees to units in radius. Oh, Malon Bows, not Malon Trees. I'm growing a tree. Oh, no, damn it, Haldir. I'm going to put you on your bow for a while. Watch out, Cav, no! One of these days, I'll play this without clumping like a freaking weirdo.
I know what it is you
Alright,
saw.
we're almost there. Now, the Elven Horn throws me in this game. You wanna know why? Because it uses the Farsight logo! What the hell is that? It just throws me. My brain's like, no, I've been accustomed to thinking that's Farsight for far too long. You can't just spring this shit on me. Alright, the only thing we're missing is the Entmoot. And we're gonna build that by our trees there. And obviously we can get tree beard. Okay, so we need a game plan. Last stand is the final thing we do.
Seldom will orcs journey in the open, under the sun.
Let's see what your Blade Moss looks like.
But
Pretty damn fucking cool. But yeah, overall, I think Age of the Ring would win sexiest mod. Because just of how beautiful everything is. Oh my goodness, the Wardens turn like a maroon or like a purple when they upgrade them. They look absolutely gorgeous. I'm attracted to an elf. What is wrong with me? Alright, let's just go. I think I've got the game plan ready. He's gonna summon Army of the Dead though. I called it at 19 minutes. It's now 38. It literally has no bearing.
We must stand against the
Alright, we've
shadow.
got Celeborn's heal, Idriel's heal. Alright, we're gonna use the Ring of Adamant. The Ring of Adam and Eve. Alright, switch to your swords. It's enough to destroy attachments and do... What is that, about a quarter health? Maybe a third? For a tier 3 power? You can see why I rate them more than Eagles. We need the Storm Queen. And we've got the Storm Queen.
The world has grown full.
You would have a queen!
You would have a queen!
So the forest texture on the ground at the moment is from the Ring of Adamant, so as long as we're in here, we're pretty much unkillable. And we'll slowly heal, just in case you thought the elves never had enough healing. And you can actually see, we equipped our Malon bows on these guys. But there isn't much of an effect, which sort of annoys me. I think their bows should be the prettiest thing of all, they're elves.
His war on his country comes.
So yeah, she does even more damage at range. So even without the Ring of Adamant, we have a number of heals we can use. We have the ring! We can get Frodo, he's our ring hero. But I've demoed him before, so I'm not going to make him this time. Does she give bonus XP? Yeah, okay, so you have her plus Radagast, she's got a lot of stacking. So, that's 300% experience gain if you have her and Radagast on the field. Alright, I think we'll leave the cavalry? These stables. And we'll make, one of these. And we'll make the mighty tree bed.
The world has changed.
The Galadriel will endure. The enemy.
The enemy will not.
What must be defended?
Pretty mighty talk for someone who sits in his woods
I
all
know
day.
what it is you saw.
We are being attacked.
What level does he get this? Level 6, yeah. That seems fair. Improving vision range and rate of fire is just... yeah.
Nothing greater to give.
If it's level 6, you're probably gonna have to make him pretty early
Already
on.
bear.
He hasn't got a
To bear
builder,
a ring
has
of
he?
power is to be alone.
You know what the AI is like with their builders.
I have nothing greater to give.
No, you're crazy. Those are pikes. Don't do it! Thanks for the levels. Nah, all around, I'm more than content with the way Lothlorien has turned out.
This task
And I mean
is
that from the way their spellbook is, to the way their heroes were, particularly Galadriel. They've done a fantastic job with her, but also just the roles that their infantry have. The fact that you can ambush with your archers, the fact that your Wardens are pretty versatile, the fact that you have these scouts as well, which are pretty pretty fast.
Saddle up, Lancers.
I'm pretty happy with everything we get.
I have nothing greater to give. And the gift
We must
you already
protect the
bear.
woods.
Porcupine. So yeah, as I said, how cool would it be if they formed circles, so you could actually have your archers in there?
Our homes must be
I think
defended.
that'd be really cool.
Strange
Anyway,
creatures have been
we've got
seen.
Treebeard. March of the Ents. Allied Ents gain armor and speed. And then he's got his close range attack as well. So these are the Knights of Amdirian. Purchase shields. Oh, that probably comes with the power. When equipped, reduce the amount of pike and archer damage. I would say that makes them... They look like little... They look like they're wearing Thranduil's armor from the Five Armies. See, we don't get an armor upgrade. They're already pretty armored. They get the shields, obviously. But I was hoping the horse would get some armor as well. Nope. That's a shame. And the barracks at level 3 gets these nice banners. Oh no, that gets banners as well. I guess it gets at level 2 then. They say green is the most soothing color,
The enemy is here.
and just with all these different shades of green, I'm quite relaxed. Demonstrating the elves for you. Alright, what do we got? Fortress, we got the flat tower. Nope, I think that's it. Yeah, let's test this out.
Our fortress grows.
Riders.
Deepwood Cavalry, go! There is a unit cam, but I wish you could just stick with a unit
Spears
and just follow it around the entire time. We had like magical attacks on our swords there. You can tell just by like the weird effect when you hit them. Right? No, that's probably from the melon bows actually. Alright.
break away.
Sorry, Gondor.
The,
But the end has come for the world of men.
Is to be alone.
the enemy has arrived. The enemy has infiltrated our
I still can't get over that how they did that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take down Mordor. You guys go now. You guys just go away now. Like, okay.
The enemy is attacking.
I think I'll demonstrate his teleport just so you know what I mean by the performance issues. Summon Radagast as well. Green Wizard Blast for the win! Stop dancing and do it. Okay. Damn it, Radagast! Well, if it's a trap, well, if you nuke him, he'll be fine.
The fortress has been expanded.
Must defend these lands.
Okay, he doesn't want a Wizard Blast, apparently.
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind.
Is now
Yeah,
made
group.
with grief.
This is gonna crash the game, I know it. Yeah, I think it's just unavoidable, just that many units just suddenly manifesting itself. Oh, those drops though! Yeah, you could easily crash the game this way. I don't regret it. So at all.
The lands have grown
So if we select this group here, yep, we've got all of our heroes with us. Which is nice. So yeah, the Siege and the Elves would be quite difficult.
May it be a light
Purely because of this passive by Galadriel.
go out.
But I think in every mod, Galadriel's always done that, and so she should.
Seldom will orcs journey in the open.
Cunning warrior. So yeah, it becomes invulnerable there.
The shadow cannot
And there we have it. Those are the Elves of Lothlorien in Age of the Ring 2.0, which is for Rise of the Witch King 2.02, if you did not know. Anyway, there'll be download links in the description to the mod, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one-off random video. I'll be back every so often. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Bye-bye.